Let's begin today in downward facing dog and try to slow down your next 3 breaths. On the next inhale, tiptoe to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold, ragdoll pose. Inhale, coming up to stand. Arms up. Palms to your heart center. Tadasana. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. High plank. Lower yourself down on the ground. Inhale, baby cobra. Release. Inhale, deeper cobra. Release. Tuck your toes, higher plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale, tiptoe to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold, interlacing fingers behind your head. Coming up to stand. Arms up. Palms to your heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Crow pose. Transition into low plank chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, finding half Hanuman. Release, finding lizard lunge with your forearms on the ground. Take your left shoulder under your left knee, coming to your fingertips. Take a full bind here. Option to lift your right knee off the ground. Release and walk your hands to the right, low koundinyasana. Take a full bind here. Ground your hips, catching your right ankle with your left hand. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Release, connecting palms at your heart. Pick your hips up and push yourself up to stand. Turn left, right arm up, catching hands behind your back. Gomukhasana arms. Fold halfway. Forward fold in your pyramid. Option to release your hands on the ground. Inhale, take your left foot back, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, half Hanuman. Release, finding lizard lunge with your forearms on the ground. Right shoulder under your right knee, coming to your fingertips. Take a full bind here. Option to lift your left knee off the ground. Release. Walk your hands to the left, low koundinyasana with a full bind. Ground your hips, catching your left ankle with your right hand, side bend to the right. Release, connecting palms at your heart. Pick your hips up and push yourself up to stand. Turn right. Left arm up, catching hands behind your back. Gomukhasana arms. Fold halfway. Forward fold in your pyramid. Option to release your hands on your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave to plank. Left knee to your left upper arm. Straighten both legs, Ekapada koundinyasana. Low plank chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, wave to plank. Right knee to your right upper arm. Ekapada koundinyasana. Low plank chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, jump into malasana squat. Lift your hips, halfway lift. Take your arms inside your legs, palms behind your feet, and lower your hips, picking your feet up. Straighten your left leg, half tittibhasana. Straighten both legs, full tittibhasana. Release your hips on the ground. Left hand catches outside of your right foot for a compass pose. Option for a full bind in your compass. Release. Placing feet as close to yourself as possible. Pick yourself up into a chair pose. Slowly coming up to stand. Bend your right knee for a half lotus in a standing position. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Slide your right foot down for a cross-legged forward fold. halfway lift. Walk your hands to the left and around yourself. Downward facing dog. Inhale, jump into Malasana squat. Lift your hips up, halfway lift. Take your arms inside your legs, hands behind your feet. Lift your feet off the ground, straightening your right leg, half tittibhasana, and both legs for full tittibhasana. Release. Right hand catches outside of your left foot, compass pose. Option for a full bind here. Release. Placing your feet closer to your hips, pick your hips up into a chair pose. Coming up to stand. Bend your left leg for a half lotus. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Slide your left foot down, cross-legged forward fold. Halfway lift. Place your feet together. Low chair pose, keeping your chest on your thighs. Gently ground your hips, coming to Navasana. Option to straighten your legs. Slowly lower yourself down on your back. Shavasana. Bring your attention to your breath to finish our practice. Thank you so much for your time and your effort. Namaste.